I'm looking to see. Boom, boom. Oh, you know what's going to happen? I can already tell when I switch over to the new camera settings. I didn't bring over the new microphone settings. When I switch over to the new cameras, no voices will be heard.
Well, at least you caught it ahead of time.
Yeah, at least now I know what I'm going to be crying and complaining about. All right. So it is the Bottom Glass Nation show. It's a little bit before 6 o'clock p.m. Los Angeles time. Welcome to the Gen X Talks live stream. This is a pre-barbecue live stream. It's going to be a little different. For those of you that have been paying attention all over on Facebook and on Rumble and on YouTube, we have linked you to barbecue cams. Yeah, for free. Trippy Dippy Pineapple, an executive senior staff member here at Gen X Talks, he removed all the restrictions from the cameras, which means you don't have to pay. You don't have to do anything but just log in with an email and you can watch what's going on in studio right now. See, hey, so everybody, I'm waving to the studio cam. Everybody's in the studio cam, and it's in Discord. So that means that good moderators, if you have a good moderator on your Facebook platform, if you have a good moderator on your Rumble platform, they're giving you a direct link to those cameras right now. Now, sorry for Facebook if you're stuck with Sammy Jo. She's been drinking heavily today. She's got problems. She's got issues. And you just got to bear with her. She's going to have to spell things out really, really slow. All right. So that's the deal. So the program today is not going to be like anything you ever saw. And the reason is because the reason I'm doing a pre-barbecue show today is because we did this entire barbecue. We spent thousands of dollars. We've had staff, friends, family, and fans cleaning and organizing all day. And the main guest of honor is not showing up. The Sun Valley Fox showed up without his bride. Saint Donna is not here. She is still in Nevada. And so we might as well just go home. So after the live stream, we're folding up the tents. We're turning off the cameras. We're pushing everybody out the front door, turning out the porch light. We're done. If Donna doesn't show up, really the entire weekend was based around Saint Donna. Without Saint Donna here, this is going to be a raging toga party. Can't have that. No. We can't have that. We needed some civility. We needed some stability. We needed a moral center of the universe. And I rely on her for that. She's wonderful. She's beautiful. And she calms and soothes the savage beast. And she's not here. So we're going to have to fold everything up. This will be the last show for quite some time. Without Donna, the show is nothing. And I'm sure those of you who've frequented the program, you know what I'm talking about. But until that time, until we pull the plug, what we're going to do is work ourselves around the room. So those of you who are paying attention, right next to me, we have, look at that. There's your queen, Gen X mom. So why don't you tell us what's going on? How much of a hassle has it been today to get everything where you, first of all, did you get it done? Or is the barbecue ready to go?
The barbecue is set and ready to go.
Do we have enough alcohol?
No. There's never enough alcohol.
Do we have enough chairs for everybody to sit at?
Probably not.
Okay. So, again, it's a good thing that we're closing this all down. But the barbecue is beginning. This was supposed to be like a 5 or 6 hour barbecue on Sunday, and people showed up Friday. So it's now a weekend barbecue.
It's turning into a weekend event.
That's right. It's becoming a weekend event. So
it's been good.
This is what's going to happen is that chair that she's in, we're gonna work ourselves around the room. I'm going to have to add and copy a microphone thing. You have to bear with me when I do that because we have some staff members. Those of you who have clicked on that link and you're looking, you can see the studio cam. You can see everybody in here. But then Gen X Mom's going to leave and she's going to walk out to the people that are here. She's going to tap one of them on the shoulder and say, "You're next."
Yes.
We'll bring them in. This is one of you guys. It's a meet
and greet.
Yeah, it's a meet and greet. This is one of you guys. This is a fan. This is a follower. This is a viewer. This is an extra. This is one of you guys. They're going to come and sit down and we'll find out what their name is, where they're from. Some of the people that are here, you guys know them by name. They're on Facebook. They're on Rumble. They're on YouTube. You just don't know what they look like in person. So. Right. We'll do some of that, and as soon as we get going here. Now, let me click over, and this is going to create a problem here. Let me do doom. Got to go to the microphone part of the microphone. And where is it? Written text, the jars, data, camera.
Gotta go.
I'm working on it. You shut your cake hole, woman. I'm trying to do it the best I can. I can't, you know what? I'm going to go to mine. Where is it? Okay, go to mine. Okay. And Zoom, bad dog, audio. Man. If this isn't the right one. No, that's off. So, video, social.
Am I going now?
No, you're not going now. You said, calm your ticks and dits. I got to get a microphone. I got to copy. You know what? I can just wing it. I can just go for the wing. Let me go over here to where we're supposed to be. Right here.
Oh,
How
my
about that?
gosh.
All right, look.
Ow.
It worked. There we go.
In
So
the studio, we
in the
have
studio is Trippy Pineapple and Sammy Joe. Trippy Dippy Pineapple, senior executive staff member for many, many years. And Sammy Joe is our Facebook queen. She is your moderator on Facebook. When you see the name Sammy Joe go by on the Facebook Blue page or the Facebook Personal, that's who you're dealing with. And be nice, because she'll kick the shit out of you. She had no problem putting you in a timeout if you misbehave. So, Sammy, is there anything that's written on Facebook? Anything you got to say? Now, you got to get that mic close to your face. You got to. I got, like you did. There you go. And speak loud and clear for your fans and tell them what's going on in Facebook. What do you got?
Over on Facebook Personal, we have Russell Kobe. He sent 500 stars saying, "Go Broncos."
Wow.
Thanks, Russell.
And then Russell Kobe again saying, "Shout out to the best moderator, Sammy Joe." Thank you very much.
Who said that?
Russell.
Yeah, well, he's drunk, so you know.
Oh, okay.
I'm stone sober at the moment.
He sent 200 stars.
Oh, that was nice. Anything else in there?
Not yet.
Trippy Dippy, you got anything going on over in YouTube?
Josh is saying that the sound is low in the sheets, so there's that.
The sound is low. I can bring up the
Top Knot said he can't hear Sammy.
Yeah, you can't hear Sammy at all. Now, I can see my line going. Sam, you remember how I showed you these things over here? My line goes all the way up. The Queen's does, Trips does, and yours, you like that.
You can yell into it.
You got to get loud.
Talk loud.
So say something again.
Go.
Sammy, say hello.
Hello.
Not loud enough.
Hello.
That's better. You're getting there. You're working on it. You're getting there close to it, Sammy.
So would you like
What's
me to
that?
read those?
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, we got
You know.
it. We're working on it.
Yeah.
How about now, Sammy? Say something now.
Hi, how are you?
Tap that microphone.
Tap, tap, tap.
I don't know what's going on. I can't get.
Broadcast professional people.
Hello! I'm louder on your mic than you are. I don't know. The mic's turned all the way up on yours, Sammy. I got no other way to tell you. You're on. Bump, bump, bump. They're all good there.
David
That's
Black
as much as I
says
can
he
do.
thinks someone's picking it up. Somewhere else, could it be?
I don't know. I've
on
got
my
all the
mic.
microphones turned all the way up now. Sammy, say something now.
Hi, how are ya?
Okay, Trip. I
Yep.
turned up 5 and she's on 6.
I switched them back over, but
I know, but I
yeah.
didn't think about it. Okay, that was my
right.
fault. Pilot error on that one.
Like
all right, so I'm on 1. You're on 2. Nobody's on 3, right?
Oh my God! Did you
In
see
theory,
Brad
no
pick-
one should be on 3. Yeah.
Would
And
you
no
like
one's
me
on
to read
4,
those
right?
Again?
Yeah.
Okay, so Trip, talking to yours.
All right.
All right, we
Testing
got it. That's
1.
5 seconds.
Yep.
Guys, pilot error. Pilot error. But we got that going on for us. All right, we're all straightened away. So now you know what the gig is. Okay, so we're back to Gen X Mom.
Yes.
I would like you to get out of the studio, leave. And I would like you to go out and find a guest, find a barbecue goer.
Okay.
Before they get too inebriated,
Okay.
make sure they're comfortable sitting down.
All right.
Walk them back and get them into here to point. I will help point them out for the seat, and we'll get them squared away, and we'll give a little talking to like that. Find out. Just tell them we're going to ask where they're from, how they got here, stuff like that.
Okay.
And you pick whoever you want, and then when they leave, they'll pick the next person.
So we're gonna playing tag. We're it.
Yeah, little round robin of goers in that. So,
Alrighty.
all right, so she's done. She's out. Letting you guys know that the Gen X Talks barbecue is tomorrow. If you haven't bought a ticket and you're within driving distance, you still can. Good moderators will put up that link for you. But you can still drive here if you needed to. It's not that far. If you can get to Magic Mountain in Southern California, then you are within drive out here. But we got all the alcohol. We got all the food. We've imported some stuff. The caterers have got all their stuff lined out. We got bartenders. We got a fire pit going on. And later we got Stogies. We got Isla del Sols. We got Del Sol. Yeah, you guys know what Del Sols are. Those are my favorite cigar. Sun blessed and hand wrapped in the laps of virgin. Says so right on the box. That always bothered me because I wasn't sure if it was male or female virgins. The box just says virgins. It doesn't say which virgins. Yeah, who's raising
It
their
never
hand?
verifies the age for the versions
Hold on a
either.
I was
second.
gonna say there's a big echo going on, I guess, on your mic.
On my mic?
Yeah.
How the fuck could that be?
I don't know. That's what someone's saying.
And I'm going to bring some bumps.
You
Over
go
there. Yeah.
Close that and then come over to this side. And Shannon, well, I don't know how to fix that. There's no reverb on or anything. I turned my mic down a little bit. Now someone's going to complain they can't hear it.
Yeah.
All right, Trippy, just monitor that and see what's going on. See if
Okay.
got what to say.
All right.
And look who's coming to the microphone now. Look who's sitting down.
Hello.
It is Shannon Brigode, and that's your name. Now you're just on Shannon. You just go on. That's what you look like. Just so you know, that's.
It's just YouTube.
Yeah, you're just on YouTube.
Yeah, I'm a
Go-
KGXT studio member.
KGXT studio member on YouTube, Shannon Brigode. And where did you drive here from?
Tucson, Arizona.
You came all the way from Tucson to be at the Gen X Talks barbecue.
Absolutely.
How far of a drive is that for you? Wait, how far is it when you how long is it when you drive? Let's start with that.
Last time I drove it cut me 8.5 hours.
When your husband drove this time,
11.5 hours.
man, that guy was in no hurry to get here, was he?
I don't think so.
Well, I did. I've met you before on many occasions. You've shown up for some stuff, and I love having you. You absolutely are part of the Gen X Talks family. You are an extra. Met your husband for the first time.
Yeah.
Now, see, you're giving me the look like, Shannon, he's nicer than you. You're mean to me.
I'm not
He's
mean
nice
to
me.
you.
You're mean to me. He's nice. I gotta say, you brought a nice guy. We're having a good time with him.
Well, okay, well, he's currently passed out on your couch, but
Well, that's what happens when you show up at a Gen X barbecue. Listen, tomorrow, after the show tomorrow night, and when the big barbecue happens, there's going to be people that get woken up Monday morning from the sprinklers on my front.
right?
And is it true? That has happened to me twice in my life. I have passed out and had a lot to drink. And how many? Don't even act like you guys. That hasn't happened to you guys. There are people out there just like me that have been woke up by sprinklers on a front lawn, and you wake up going, "Oh fuck, I got to get going." And you tell me, raise a hand. Raise a hand right now. Come on, don't lie. That has happened to you. It's happened to me. Come on now. This is a Generation X thing. So. You had to have been a little bit fit to be tied with how slow he was driving to get here.
I was. I mean, because you should have sent me the picture of you guys all hanging out doing pizza and
Yeah, we had a thing.
I
last
was
night.
like, oh,
Well,
I should be there right now.
Because the Gen X Talks barbecue is tomorrow.
Right.
In the afternoon, evening. It's always a good time. It's a big blast. There's music and there's lights and there's people and there's a lot going on. But today, a lot of people came into town today and said, hey, can we help you get ready? Can we help you clean up? Which we'll get to the helpers in a minute. A lot of good people helping out. Got us where we are. But some people came in Friday.
Yeah.
And we're like, can we come over Friday? So now it's not a Gen X Talks barbecue.
It's just weekend.
Day. It's a fucking weekend. And it's been great. Some really, really good people have come a long distance to do some good things there. So
Yeah, and there's people come a lot farther than I did.
oh yeah. I will get to them soon. They're gonna take a seat. So let me ask you this. How long have you been a member of Gen X Talks?
11 months and 5 days.
Now you can tell that she's deeply in love with me. Because when a chick answers 11 months, 5 days, 13 hours, and 42 minutes, that is a girl who's counting the minutes of being deeply, deeply in love. Guys don't know that kind of shit. I couldn't tell you how long I've been alive, let alone how long I've been related to someone. And that's Shannon, because she cares for me deeply. No big secret there. But how long have you been listening to Gen X Talks?
Oh, at
How long
least
before that? How far back does that go?
about a year and a half.
So a year and a half?
Yeah.
And then about halfway in, then you became the member? Mm-hmm. Have you regretted it?
Not at all. Not a single minute. I mean, Gen X Talks brings a lot of joy to my life.
Ladies and gentlemen, I submit to you, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I submit to you evidence that when you participate in Gen X Talks, when you sign on to become a member, this guy right here, no regrets. That's one woman right now. We can stop right here, or we can go for broke and ask another woman to come in here and ask the same question. Do you have any regrets being in this relationship for so long? Shannon says no.
No, not one.
So there we go. Give me one thing. I know I'm putting you on the spot, so if you don't have an answer, it's okay. But tell me a funny or powerful memory of Gen X Talks, whether it's a short you saw or something you heard in the live stream. What was something that sticks out in your mind? If you were going to tell someone who didn't know anything about Gen X Talks, if you were going to say, hey, you got to listen to Gen X Talks, here's what happened this one time.
My favorite memory is you put me on blast after the first try for my gold coin.
Because you went to the wrong truck.
I did.
You figured out the clue.
Right. And I was thinking to myself, I had brought a friend with me the second time I went and finally found my coin. I said, see that truck right there? I said, that's the one I went to. And he goes, but that's not the right one, is it? I went, no, it's not the right one.
So Gen X Talks has is hiding 50 gold coins across the United States. And we've hidden some. They found some. There's more going out. We give you guys clues, and you guys answer us in emails. We give you the next clue. You answer us in emails. We give you the next clue. The final clue, you have to drive to the spot. Now, hers was how far of a drive was it for you?
4 hours.
So she drove 4 hours because she knew it was in Winslow, Arizona. All the clues with the Eagles and the song in the town. She drives all the way 4 hours to go, and she went to the
wrong truck.
The clue led her to a red truck, and she went to the wrong one. She had to go back home and come back again. Another 4 hour trip there, 4 hour. But you did get it.
I did.
You ended up getting your gold coin. You're one of the 50.
I was very afraid I was going to get arrested for vandalism trying to get that coin because it had fermented onto that truck.
I didn't realize how hard I glued it on there and how much I did. So you showed me the picture of you trying to pry it off.
Right, but did you spray paint both sides?
No, I just glued the one side.
Because like the paint on the for the glue where it was, I think that it still will forever be remain on the truck.
Well, I took and I put it in. I hid it inside the channel of the stake bed of that truck, right on the side of the road in Winslow, Arizona. Not thinking how you'd have to get a screwdriver
and pry it off
the channel. With everyone watching, it's a very public place.
Well, and they were having a concert like in the very next store kind of front, and I'm like, there's the whole town of Winslow must have been in there, and I'm like, okay, so we kind of waited till like the concert started going, and it was getting a little dark, and my friend and I have my knife, my screwdriver set from my car. I'm like, and then he pops it off, it runs down the channel and rolls. I'm like, oh no, but it rolled toward the curb. Thank God. I'm crawling underneath the truck trying to get the
goes down the gutter. Then what would you do if it
I don't know. That would have been it.
Well, you did get it. So
I did.
Listen, everybody knows your name. All the extras around here, we all know who you are. It's nice to put a face with the name. Really appreciate you taking the drive out. This is the second time you've been here. You've also been to our Vegas one too.
That's true. Yeah.
And you participate in all the aspects of Gen X Talks. You are part of the Gen X Talks family, and we really appreciate you coming in.
Not as much as I appreciate being here.
Well, we love you for that. We do, Shan. Now listen. I'm going to click off of you, and what you have to do now
is go tap.
You get to go tap someone else, but make sure they're okay with coming in.
Yeah.
Ask them, say, are you okay in coming in? But if they say yes, then they have to come.
Okay.
And then you tap, or you pick whoever you want, bring them back in this far, point to that chair. I'll guide them around, but then we can facilitate, and we'll talk to someone else who made the trek out here and see if they came from around the corner or around the country.
Right.
Who's next?
All right.
Thanks again, Shannon.
Thank you
We
so
appreciate
much.
you.
All right, can I read some sheets?
Good God, here comes Trippy. It would take long for that motherfucker to chime in. Yeah, Trippy, go ahead. What you got?
All right, so David Black said for $5, he was like, when on group camera view is fine. I think he meant like the audio is fine too.
Right.
General only cam echoes. So when it's only on you,
so
basically.
What David's saying is don't hog the screen. Always share the screen with somebody and we'll be fine.
Yeah, don't bogart it.
See, that's don't bogart the screen. That sounds like something Sammy would do. Everybody tell him that when he's the only one on camera, it's fucked up so she can be on camera. That sounds like something Sammy would do. I got you.
All right, I'm going to blow through a few more here. So Sweets is a member for 19 months. I'm an extra, so 19 months. There we go.
Well done.
All right, Disney Kid. Member for 27 months, KGXT Studios, General and Queen Mama X, you guys rock.
Thanks, kid.
All right, and then David Black, member for 26 months. Ready for the pool tomorrow, Sammy?
No.
You ready?
No.
David Black getting ready to throw her in.
I'm not ready.
All right, and Brad Baker donated $10, saying 10 for a lift kit under Sammy's chair so we could see her over the table.
$10 so we can get a lift kit for Sammy Joe. Yeah.
Wow.
We're gonna have to we have to go in the house and get one of the kids' old booster seats on that. I'm just telling you how it looks right now. Like, I don't make the rules around here. What else you got, Trip? Anything else?
That's pretty much it. Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna go back and guess what? Now we have another guest. That's what it looks like on there. That what you see up there is what everybody sees. Just so you know.
All righty.
Please introduce yourself as people would know you on the platforms.
All right, on YouTube, I am Kevin Grimes, but don't use my real name. Just call me by my YouTube name. Or on Discord, I'm Fast Idol 101.
And how far did you travel to get here today?
Just west of St. Louis.
Holy Santa Claus shit.
3 days worth of driving.
3 days worth of driving to get the Gen X Tux barbecue. Now, there's some dedication
Oh,
there.
wait, hang on. Let me change that.
All right.
3 days of being a passenger.
Pull that mic really close to you so everybody can hear you.
You got
There
it.
you go. So 3 days. Well, it's still driving. You know, you just couldn't not have your hand on the wheel. You're still stuck in that tin coffin the whole way.
Absolutely.
And where'd you say again? Just east of Missouri?
East of St. Louis in O'Fallon, Missouri.
Wow. That's got to be 1,800 miles or so.
I'm not exactly sure of the mileage, but Google Maps says it was going to take 26 hours if we drove straight through.
Good God. How was the drive? Anything happen on your way?
I was in awe by the beautiful surroundings.
There's some beautiful country out there.
Absolutely.
Well, you can't knock that. There's some stuff. Well, I'll tell you, when God created America, I think he knelt down and kissed the northern continent here. It's really something.
He did a better job on America than he did on me.
Well, so you said it's do you go just on YouTube or do you go on Facebook sometimes too?
I've been on Facebook before.
But your home is YouTube when you watch the streams?
It's where I started. That's where I'll be till I die.
How long have you been a member with Gen X Talks?
I started watching, I was watching the shorts for probably a year and a half before I started watching the live streams, but I caught your live stream in February of 2022 when you did one every day of the month.
Yeah, we did a lot.
And I've only missed a couple since then.
We've had to modify that schedule. I actually ran out of breath that long doing it. My wife pumps me up and sits me down and says, "Okay, go get him, Tiger." And you're like, "Wasn't I just here?" I just want to hit the front of the microphone.
Right.
What if you had to pick something? And I know there's a lot of memories, but I'm kind of putting you on the spot, of course. But if I had to ask you, if you in other words, if you were going to describe Gen X Talks to someone who'd never seen Gen X Talks, of course you'd say, "What's the father, son, and the mother's involved?" And you get that. But if you were going to tell a story that you would say to this person that you're describing Gen X Talks to maybe get them interested, and you were to say, "Let me tell you this one time there was this one story or one short video," what sticks in your mind that you would want to tell someone about?
Well, there is one story that sticks in my mind about Gen X Talks. It was probably a year and a half, almost 2 years ago. And you were giving Gen X Mom a hard time about sneaking off to Hawaii with somebody.
Yeah.
And I posted in chat, "Wasn't me." And, of course, you turned it back and said, "Pretty sure it was. I just want to know if you're ready to send us back to Hawaii."
Yeah, I'm not paying for shit. If you're taking my wife to Hawaii, you're not paying for it. But be gone at least a couple of weeks. I need a break. I need a goddamn break. So, well, as long as you got some good memories of that. And I'm sure there's more than one, but
Oh, absolutely. The cooking shows, some of my favorite shows.
you guys bamboozled me with those cookies. You know who gets me most on those shows is, and there's ebbs and flows with people and in all sorts of aspects of life, but Loud One. You
Yes.
know, when he gets me to do a show and everybody, then he comes on and goes, "I'll give you $500 if you wear the apron."
Right.
Fucking my wife saw, "Hey, Gen X Talks needs the money. We need some more microphones. We need a new camera." "All right, I'll put on the fucking apron." Then he rallies everybody. "Let's get $1,000 so he can wear the chef hat." You know how many pictures of that chef hat people send me throughout the year? That's ridiculous. That's the dumbest thing I've ever done is wear that. No, I take that back. Him and Mrs. Fort Watton got me to wear a Santa hat one year.
I remember that.
Now, there's almost nobody that has a picture of that except for Trippy Pineapple on staff. Senior.
Tons.
I was just about to say, if it wasn't Trippy starting a trend, I don't think anybody would record the live streams and have anything to blackmail you with.
Trippy, that motherfucker, he gets the weirdest sounds.
Fucking
Him and Two Bear
Trippy.
gets fucking Trippy, I swear. He gets the sounds. Him and Two Bear got record if I go boop 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 because I'm lost in my thought and I go zip zap. They record all that shit. And then they get the pictures of me wearing the shit, and it's like, look, I only did that because you guys were paying $5, $10, $20 to help out the program. I wasn't using it so you could torture me with it the rest of the time. That's what you guys do.
Well, when you ooze cool just the moment you open your eyes, it's really hard to get something on you. So we got to get what we can when we can.
Trippy does. Trippy, when I used to drink and do those 3-hour shows and I was so soused that people are calling my wife going, pull him off the air before he says some shit. And she's trying to get me off the air. Trippy's the one with his feet up on the desk, throwing popcorn in his mouth going, let him go a little longer. This is great content. I'm going to get some shit on him.
I don't know who's worse, Trippy or Low Torque.
I don't know who he is either. I don't know. Well, Low Torque made the whiskey come out of my nose.
Low Torque had you going pretty bad the last time he was here.
Low Torque, he comes up with the shit. I'll tell you a story. I've told it a couple times over the years. The one was last time we had, and tomorrow we're going to have this whole studio is going to be filled with people. All the guys are coming in here. We got Cigar Scotty coming up from the Luma Cigar Cartel and his crew. Low Torque's coming. We're going to have a whole room full. But the last time we did that,
it's crowded in here with just me and you.
Yeah, it's crowded with two big boys. There's gonna be more. And Low Torque, we had a room full of people. We just made some comment about something, and we were all taking a drink. And I said, aren't you guys all happy to be here? Everybody's happy and healthy and looking good. We all started to drink, and Low Torque goes, yeah, I'm really thankful my syphilis went away. I spit it out my nose. I'd never had whiskey come out my nose. But that's Low Torque. We were all spitting out our drinks. Every person here, all over the gear, all over the floor. And then it was a roar of laughter. This is what he does. I'll give you one other story. We were in Las Vegas at the meet and greet. The Gen X Talks does one at the end of January. Everybody's invited, and we rent out some space and do some cool shit. But we were driving. It was one day, just driving through town, and I think we're in my Yukon. So I had like 8 or 10 people in it, and we just pulled up to a very busy intersection on the Strip, and it was in the afternoon, nothing fancy, but we all pulled up, and it just so happens I remembered a story about that intersection when I lived there.
No way.
And I said, you know what? I said, hey guys, when I used to live here years ago, right here at this intersection, right across there, I was coming the other way. Just stopped at the light, just like we are here, and my AC wasn't working, I had my windows rolled down, and there's a bus bench right next to where I'm pulled up, stopped, and there's a hooker, and she's sitting on the bench, and she's waving to me, and I wave back, hey, and she's kind of winking and nodding and doing one of these, and I'm like, yeah, it's okay, we're good. I'm waving her off, and she decides to get up and walk over. Not only does she lean in the window, I'm like, it's cool. I don't need a blowjob for $20. I'm fine. And she tries to open the car door.
Wait a minute, $20? She didn't offer you a senior citizen's discount?
I was much younger then.
Oh, okay.
And so she tries to open my car door and just get in. And I'm like, come on, man, don't do that. And then she went back and sat down. The light turned green, and I drove up. I remembered the story because of the intersection.
Right.
So it's no big deal. It's just an interesting story. While we're sitting there, the car laughs a little bit and goes quiet. And Low Torque from the back, he goes, man, I fucking hate aggressive sales. Just like, how does your brain work to come up with I just lost my mind. I'm like, that's not really aggressive sales. He's not a guy knocking on your door selling encyclopedias.
Right.
This is a whole different, but he's right. That was aggressive sales.
Well, if it was right hooker, she could have been labeled the Kirby.
She could have. Absolutely. Well, she sucks like a Kirby. You might pay $1,200.
Right.
But anyway, that's Low Torque. And everybody, when he's around and we're in a setting like this, like tomorrow, everyone may be listening to me, but they got one eye looking at him because he's going to say something. And Low Torque's the one who came up with Bomber's Peak. I don't know if you've heard him tell that story. Low Torque tells a story on how to remain inebriated. He goes, you gotta learn how to maintain your buzz. That was what I was taught growing up.
Right.
And Low Torque goes into much more detail, and he calls it Bomber's Peak. And he's got a whole story on why it's called that. I forget what it is. We'll ask him tomorrow. He'll be here tomorrow. But he's like, you got to get up to Bomber's Peak. It's the pinnacle of your buzz. And then you got to stay there because you can't go over Bomber's Peak. And he's got a whole story on how to rise to the pinnacle of your buzz. And the more he drinks, the more he'll tell you about it. And the more details you get.
Hey, I'm always up for tips on how to get more and more drunk and maintain it. So,
well, you're hanging around the right guys this weekend.
Ain't that the truth?
Listen, I appreciate you coming in. I do.
Thank you, sir.
Run a bunch of people through here so everybody gets a chance to say hello.
Absolutely.
Now, you have a job now. You have to go out there and pick who you want to come in here. Now, please, whoever you pick, ask them, are you comfortable sitting there? If they say no, then move on. But if they say, yeah, I don't mind being on the camera, then good, then they have to come in now. Now it's done. You've picked them, and they're stuck.
Solid deal.
As soon as they say yes, so, hey, we appreciate you coming around. We appreciate you making that long drive all the way from outside of St. Louis just to be here with the Gen X Talks family at the Gen X Talks barbecue. You are more than welcome. Make my house your house, and we're going to have a hell of a night tonight and tomorrow night.
All right, when you come in after the show and I'm sitting in your chair in my underwear, it's your fault.
I got a feeling it's going to happen more often than you know. Sammy Jo has already done that. She has sat in nobody sits in my chairs in my house. I came in here, she was sitting in the studio chair, just eating popcorn and drinking beer, and she looks at me like, what? And what?
right.
Like, Sammy, get out my fucking chair. She's done it in every chair in the house, so I'm
my
kind of
chair.
getting used to the fact right now, just so you know. All right, you go pick your next victim,
You got it.
and we'll go back. I'm going to do something. Yes, Sammy, you're up. What do you got?
I got some stuff to read.
Well, hold on. I'm going to click to my microphone while Kevin walks himself out of here, so he's not on camera the whole walk through. But we're going to see if the microphone. All I did was switch cameras. So unless there's something on here that there's a filter that's an edit, a filter that's on the microphone, I have no idea. We're using the same microphone, same cables. We're using the same everything. Why it would echo here, I don't know. All right. So let's go back to Sammy and Trippy. Sammy, what do you got? And you're going to have to be loud, girl, like I'm being.
Well, that's one of the first things was, can you hear me? Can everybody hear me now?
Now that I've turned up your volume on your microphone, I think you'll be fine.
Awesome. So we have Sean MacArthur
People are saying echo.
on Facebook personal.
Yep. Sean's a good guy. He's always around, never fails to say something. Cool cat.
He says, hey, everyone. Hope all is well. Here's 200 stars for Sammy and Trippy Pineapple.
Yeah,
Enjoy.
they're not getting the stars. Sean, Sean, you're on Facebook? Just get the fuck out. If you're going to sit here and give stars to the moderators, okay, there's one Hefe. Okay? There's this guy. You don't get, never mind. If I got to explain this to you, we got problems. All right.
The
what else you got?
Hefe wouldn't be anything without his mob. So
Listen, don't sass me, woman. Just read your words, okay? You got no lines here.
Well, now you're about to bite yourself, or whatever the expression is, bite yourself in the foot.
Bite myself in the foot.
I don't know.
Wow.
You're
Do you
gonna
even
kick
know
yourself in the ass. How about that?
What?
Because
What'd you say?
Because Sean MacArthur again on Facebook Personal says 200 stars for the General.
There we go.
And Gen X Mom.
There
Both
we
of
go.
you enjoy these stars. Families stay blessed. Drink Jack and stay merry.
Let's figure out what you just said. Trip, you want to grab that behind you?
Yeah.
What did you say? You said bite yourself in the foot.
Yeah.
It's shoot yourself in the foot.
There you go.
Why? How would you bite? You shoot yourself on the foot. That's an accident. What do you mean bite yourself in the foot? Who the fuck accidentally bites themselves in the foot?
Apparently you.
No, I don't say shit like that. This is what happens when you hire the handicap from Boston just to get a tax break. You see how that goes?
Screw
It's
you.
horrible.
Oh, I'm not done yet.
Oh, you're not done yet. I'm sorry, Princess. Go ahead. Please continue.
Hilario Ortega on Facebook Personal wants you to yell at him.
Yell at who?
Hilario Ortega.
On Facebook.
Yes.
Hilario on Facebook wants me to yell at him. Well, I'm not going to. I'm not going to give you the time of the day, you worthless pile of monkey spunk. You goddamn milky licking, rope sucking, fruity ass, backwards ding dong, inbred jet. I'm not doing it. I'm not going to give you the goddamn time of day in this platform or any other. So you can just sit there at the little kid table with the mismatched chairs, the table that's halfway down the hallway from the living room, because the adults are speaking right now. Okay? In the words of Pauly Shore, shush! You got that?
That just scared me.
right.
I got one more for
All
you,
right,
and
go.
then you can go on your merry way.
Talk towards your microphone, woman.
We have Diane Reed on Facebook Personal. She sent 200 stars saying stars for the General.
There we go. Now, see, I love her. I am in love with that woman from this point up because it's for me.
I love you too.
No, you didn't give me the stars.
I don't
No.
have
The
to.
only stars you ever give me is when you hit me over the head with something and I see stars. Not the same thing.
How do you think I end up in your chairs?
You hit me over the head and when I wake up, you're in my chair? Okay, punt, because you're almost out of the game. All right, here we go. Now, who do we have sit now? That's how you look. You're going to have to sit up, see where you're getting framed. Look at that. Look at that. Boobs bouncing and everything. That was nice of you. A little courtesy there. I'm sure the guys appreciate that. That was nice. No, I caught it. So you're going to have to sit a little closer to your microphone. Please introduce yourself.
I'm Care Brat.
And that's how everybody knows you, Care Brad.
Yes.
And are you on YouTube or Facebook or both?
Most everybody knows me from YouTube.
I would say that's where I would recognize your name from. And how far did you drive to get here today?
Kansas City, Missouri.
Holy Santa Claus shit. That's a hell of a drive.
Yeah.
How long did it take you?
We left Wednesday evening.
Wednesday evening. So here we are Saturday. So that's a hell of a trek all the way here.
Yeah, we got in last night.
Now, I think everyone in America knows the answer to this question, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Care Brat, why did you spend the money, the time, and the energy to travel such a great distance? What was your motivating factor?
Well, I had to come see you.
Thank you. That's two. We've interviewed two women. We are 2 for 2. I haven't prepped anybody. I'm not paying them. This is brutal honesty. Don't you ever forget that. The General, 2 for 2. And I'll tell you why. It's right here. I can turn this down, but I can't turn it off. I've got it dialed down right now. But when I dial this up to 8 or 9, luggage begins to be packed. Cars begin to be filled up with gas. Google Maps begins. All signs point towards Magic 8 Ball, the General. Don't forget that. I'm wonderful. Just ask me. I'll tell you. How long have you been a member on Facebook? I mean, on YouTube. Member on YouTube, yeah. Just roughly, would you guess?
29 months.
Now, see, that's a girl who's deeply committed to a relationship. She didn't say a couple years, 2.5. No. That's like 29 months, 14 days, 3 hours, and 8 minutes. That's a relationship commitment. When you can answer in that fashion, when you can answer in that detail, you're heavily committed to that relationship. And can you blame her? I mean, can you? No, I don't think so. And how long have you, if you don't count the time you've been a member, how long have you say you've been watching or, watching Gen X Talks?
Probably 3 years.
That's about how long we've been on, a little bit over, but yeah, about the whole time then.
Yeah.
All right, so I asked everybody the same question. I'm kind of putting you on the spot just a little bit. But if I had to ask you and say if you were going to share with someone who did not know anything about Gen X Talks, if I was going to say, how would you describe Gen X Talks? And you say, well, there's shorts and the father and the son, and then the mom participates. But what one memory sticks out, either from a short or a live stream? What pops in your head where you would tell this person, but there was this one time, and you would tell them, what pops into your head?
Go look up the dead horse story.
Really?
Yeah.
The dead horse video.
I'm sorry, that was like the very first one I ever saw. I'm sorry.
Wow.
Not sorry.
That's what comes. That's out of all the stuff that's gone on in 3 years of Gen X Talks, and you're going to go back to dead horse. 26.5 million views on TikTok. I think everyone's got that as their favorite story. It's funny when we'll meet people that'll be like, we did an interview, a newspaper interview one time. And so, of course, the journalist does a little homework, and they sit down and go, so I was watching your dead horse video. And you're like, oh, my God, pick something else. But
Right.
yeah, if you guys Google Gen X Talks and dead horse, you'll see why there's a little bit of a cringe that goes along with that massively popular video. But then again, my son's an idiot, so what do you expect? Setting dead horse aside, is there any, let me ask, is there a positive aspect to Gen X Talks, or is it just stuff like that?
I love the camaraderie, community that has been built.
I would agree.
I traveled here with Krista Rose, Bob McKinley, Kevin Grimes.
You guys traveled a long way to go to a barbecue.
Yeah.
But you're not wrong.
Best barbecue, right?
The best barbecue. It's weird that there's such an online dynamic of people that know each other. And I say that in a way, when the intro's going before a live stream, you guys are all talking to each other. Mm-hmm. Hey, did you get that job? Hey, did your son graduate? Hey, was your daughter okay from that car wreck? You guys, I watch as you guys say hello, good morning, or good evening. You guys know a lot about each other. It's a dynamic that I would not have expected, and I'm very happy to be part of it.
End up finding out that, oh my God. Sorry, I'm like...
Turn that mic towards you just a little bit while we're talking. There you go. Just got to talk into it. There you go.
End up finding out that somebody that chatting with here, through chat lived 45 minutes up the road from us and decided, oh, well, let's meet in person.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. So it's definitely built some outside friendships for us.
It is, and there's so many little aspects to Gen X Talks. Like some people just listen to the podcast. Some just watch the Bottom of the Glass Nation. Some just watch the World Show. There's other people that just watch the shorts, the reels. That's all they want to be part of. But it's amazing to see how many people cross over and know people from each area.
Right.
That's weird, just to have that dynamic, like I said. So, well, I can't tell you how much we appreciate everything you've done for the channel. You have gifted time and time again. You've been there constantly. You've been through some good times and bad times. We've been through Buford the Goat. We've been through Mrs. Four passing. I mean, there's been some ups and downs like there is with any family. And I can't even begin to tell you what it means that you guys made such a long drive to be. This may be the last one for a while because we're moving. So this may be it. But you'll be able to say you were here. The pictures, the times, the videos, and the live stream, they'll live on. And I'm very, very grateful and thankful. And I'll tell you the truth. If you want to know, every time someone gives even $1, 100 stars on Facebook, that's $1. But when they do that, it's a humbling feeling because it's not our money. That's someone else giving their money to our cause, to promoting Gen X Talks, to keeping it going. I can't tell you what it means to have a family like that around with you guys. You guys have been there. Mrs. T, a lot of you guys know Mrs. T. She used to be in the live streams a lot. She's still on Discord all the time. She is someone who will talk to me at 2 a.m. when I'm got a bunch of stuff in my head. I'm there. And she doesn't ever waver. She doesn't ever complain. She'll pick up the phone or she'll text with me. And I would have never had that person had it not been for Gen X Talks. It's people like you guys that are there for each other and me. Believe me when I say I get more out of this than you guys do. You guys, I come in here and I can vent and I can release, and you guys always have kind words. Always. I appreciate you guys a ton. Now, you brought your husband.
I did.
Did you bring him because you wanted to, or did you just need a driver?
I brought him because I wanted to.
Okay, just making sure. Just like sometimes you're like, okay, look, just shut up and drive. So you're the wallet, you're the checkbook. Get me there safely and get me home when I'm done. Other than that, just sit there. I didn't know. I had to ask. I didn't want to make sure on that because you take him on the gold coin adventures too.
Yes.
That was funny because it was kind of starting out to be one gold coin per person or per family. And I think right when you were going for the second gold coin, you contacted me and said, can I get that one? I'm like, no, don't get two. So you grabbed your husband and said, go pick that up.
No, actually.
Or the other way around.
No, the second one was actually John Jensen. We were just his drivers.
Because you did contact me about, can I do this? And
right.
You had a backup plan. You knew if I said no, you had somebody else that can grab it.
John actually wanted one of his own, and he didn't have ability to go get it on his own. So
you thought you'd just step in there and...
We just made things be for John.
I feel like I've been bamboozled by another chick, man. I feel like I've been bamboozled. It's happened before. Well, thank you, sweetheart, for stopping by. Thank you for making that drive. Now you have a job to do. You have to get up and go out there, and you have to pick whoever you want, tap them on the shoulder, and first just ask them if they're comfortable, sitting in, being on camera. If they aren't, you can move on. But if they say, yeah, I don't mind, then say, now you have to go. Then they have to do it. Once they say, oh, yeah, I don't mind, well, then you've picked them, and they're next in the hot seat. All right?
All right.
Go do that. I'm going to switch cameras over here and go bump, 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 bump.
All right, I have a few things to say.
Hold on. Let's let her get out the door.
All right.
It looks funny letting them walk out the door on camera with that one, but
yeah.
Am I still an echo? Am I still an echo when it's just me? We're gonna slide over to Trippy Dippy Pineapple in a minute. Hang on. Ready? All right, going over to Sammy Joe. What are you wearing? What are you wearing?
A blanket.
It's summertime. It's 100 degrees outside.
Yeah, but you have it freezing in here. I was shivering and I was cold.
I think the word you're looking for is refreshing. It's refreshing in here. I think that's what you're looking for.
It's not refreshing.
It's huge refreshing. All right.
Are you guys done yet? I have some sheets to read.
All right, Trippy, read the sheets.
right.
What do you got?
So we got Mike Grissom, a member for 19 months. I'm an extra. And then we got Scott Royston gifting 5 Gen X Talks memberships to Tsunami, TH2, Florida Man, Peter Fernandez, and Jack Poacher. They all received memberships.
Everybody got memberships. Those of you who receive memberships on YouTube, you can now go behind the scenes. That means on the YouTube channel, there's a community section in the YouTube channel, and what you can do is go there after the live stream. Don't go there now, and you can go see behind the scenes. 3.5 years of behind the scenes, not meant for public. Those of you that are on Facebook, there's a page on Facebook called the General's Lunchbox. That has all the videos, all the pictures, and all the stories of the past 3.5 years, stuff that's part of the family we don't share with everybody else. But you got to be part of the General's Lunchbox to go do it. Same with the memberships. You guys got gifted free ones. Now you got 30 days to go figure it out. All right. Don't.
I'm going to have to
I still have
interrupt
a
you.
little more.
I was
by the
going to
way.
say, I'm going to have to interrupt you real quick because I just got gifted a stool.
You got gifted a stool? Show the stool. Well, you know what? You are one of the shortest people I've ever seen in my whole life. So, you know what? I think everyone's tired of not being able to see you. A stool is a good start, for sure.
Don't shoot the messenger.
All right, Trippy, race through those sheets. What do you got?
All right. We got Uncle Pirate, member for 1 month, Legion of X. Make sure you drink water with the sauce, General. So everyone's telling you to hydrate also.
Hydrating right here. Thank you guys for reminding me.
And then John Morgan donated $5 saying, does Sammy's feet touch the floor when she sits in your chair?
Nope.
No.
Everybody made fun of her for that today because there was like 7 or 8 inches between her bottom of her feet and the chair in the living room when she sat down in my chair, which she's not supposed to fucking do.
I'll do what I want.
Yeah, you're going to get hogtied and thrown over the fence. All right, Trip, what else?
All right, we got T-Bear donating $1.99 saying, I needs to be the 155 whore, miss you guy.
Two Bear is formerly a former staff member on Gen X Talks. He wants to be the $2 whore. No jars, no whores tonight. Well, that's not true. Two Bear, you know what this party's going to be like. There's plenty of whores out there tonight, and they'd all work for $1.55. Every goddamn one of them. Yeah. What else you got, Trip?
All right, Ron Knight donated $50 saying, so sad I couldn't make it to the barbecue. Being maintenance supervisor has its disadvantages as well. Have a drink for me, guys.
We will do that for you, sir. Absolutely. What else, Trip?
All right, just coming in right now, John Morgan, $5. Sammy was worried it's too cold and nipples will scratch the table.
Yes.
That is true. You know, I got to tell you in here when my wife, your queen, Gen X Mom, is in here. It's so cold. Her breasts become holders for CDs. I can stack 4 or 5 CDs on each nipple, no problem at all, because this room is very refreshing.
I might leave a few scratches on the table.
Well, I'll tell you what. You know what? If you're tall enough that your boobs get to the table, I'll worry about it then. But right now, even standing upright, you just come to the little kid table like this. We're good. Although you did get a stool, I guess that fucks everything up. Anything else, Trip?
All right, I got one more and that's it.
All right.
So, Insurmountable Kelly Cat donated $50 saying for the General's Whiskey Closet reload for after the barbecue.
There we
I
go.
wish we could be there. Love to all.
Yeah, you know, Cali Cat and Disney Kid should have found a way to be here. For all the money you fuckers spend on Disneyland going every Thursday, you could skip a Thursday at Disney World and come up here and hang out for a little bit. That's the way I feel. What do I know? I'm just a dumb mechanic in the middle of the desert. I don't know shit. Sammy, you got anything on Facebook to talk about, or are we done there for a little bit?
I just had my mother showed up and she's picking on me for being short and said, have fun fitting in that suitcase.
Your mother is picking on you for being short?
Yeah.
Wouldn't she have something to do with that?
She's not short.
But she created you.
Yeah.
It's like the mom is a little bit on you, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Were
But she'll
you-
blame my dad.
Were you premature? Were you not quite done in the oven yet? You know, she
No.
kicked you out like 4 weeks early and you came out too short.
No.
So I got to find a reason here because your mother is to blame. How tall is your dad?
Around Trippy's height.
So, like 5'7".
So why are you so short? Wait, okay, let me ask. If your dad's not super short and your mom's not super short, let's figure this out. All right, how tall is the mailman?
I don't know.
How tall's the UPS guy?
Tall.
How tall's her mechanic?
Tall.
Well, we got to find someone. We have to find a way to explain this. We'll go down the list. In fact, Sammy Joe's mother, why don't you come clean right now? Tell us who the father is. Tell us who the guy is. I mean, is it Peter Dinklage? We just got to know. We'll come back to you in a minute. All right. Switching cameras. Now, now you look right there and get as close to that microphone as you can so everybody can hear you. Please introduce yourself as people would know you on the platforms.
On the platform is my name, Brad Baker.
And what platform are you primarily on?
Mostly YouTube.
Mostly YouTube, but have you ever been on anything else?
Facebook.
Yeah. All right. And the number one question everybody answers in this order. How far did you come to be here today?
I flew in from Portland, and my arms are tired.
I bet they are. There's a Generation Next joke. There's a Rodney Dangerfield joke. If you don't know who Rodney Dangerfield is, you're too young to be part of this live stream. Just leave. Go look it up. Go Google it. You can come back later. All right. So you came all the way from Portland.
Yes, I did.
All right. So here, I got to ask, there's a few standard operating questions here, sir. How long have you been a member of Gen X Talks?
26 something months.
And how long have you been watching?
I started off with the shorts where the kid annoyed the shit out of you.
Yeah.
And then I just started researching and got stuck on the live streams.
So you've been watching for longer than 26 months.
Yes.
So you might even go back to close to the beginning then.
Pretty much,
26 months gets you pretty far.
Yep.
So
when the dining room table was a studio.
Yeah, people think that was a joke. We started doing live streams. Let's fill you in on the backstory on that. We started doing live streams in the house before we had built ourselves a little tiny studio in a shed, which this is a tough shed. And we were getting cameras and lights, and we took the dining room table, and it had been in our family for so long. It was a big, heavy, expensive dining room table back in 2001 when we bought it. And of course, raising 32 kids in the last batch of 8, you got all the chairs, a big table, and gears and everything to put in the centerpieces and stuff. And when we started doing live streams, we took the living room, we kind of moved everything around, bookcases and whatnot, and my kid and I turned the table catty corner. So I was sitting in the corner with bookcases and stuff, and my wife comes home, and we've now destroyed her dining room. And the table is now cluttered with cameras and microphones, and we're trying to get stuff done and figure things out. And we're new at this. We don't know what we're doing. We don't know what we're doing now. We knew even less back then. And then it was about 6 months into it, I started drilling holes in the dining room table. Absolute true story. My son and I, we learned that you can have outlets and USB ports sunk flush with the table. You just got to drill the right size hole and put them in, tighten them down with the ring in the bottom. You can wire them into the table. We were drilling holes, and she lost her fucking mind. And there became, as someone donated money and said, to Mom's new table fund, and then the loud one jumps in and Mrs. Ford jumped, but everybody was throwing $5, $10 so she could get a new table. Well, she got enough money for a new table, but we had no place to put it because we were still in the living room or the dining room. But yeah, you went back to that. That's a little bit of a ways back on that. And it was a fight. It was a fight with that. She was not happy.
No.
She was like, I can't believe you drilled it. I was like, no, it's better this way. But that, come to find out, that table, we'd had it for a long time. She had a little bit of a sentimental attachment to the table. To be honest, everyone watching on the studio camera, your moderators can give you a link. Trippy Pineapple on Discord took down all the restrictions. There's 2 live cameras. One's in studio and one's outside where you can see what's going on at the barbecue tomorrow. We're leaving them up now. But the table you guys can see, for those of you watching the studio camera, the table that we built is on top of that dining room table that Brad's talking about. Is that not right?
Yeah.
And Lionheart built this table, cut it all up, and built it on top of that. So the dining room table that he's referring to, with all the holes still in it, it exists, and it's under this table right now. So it's still part of the team. And yes, Gen X Mom got her new dining room table, and away we all went.
It was a rough road getting the studio built, though.
God damn, wasn't it?
Shit show.
It was a shit show, yeah. Remember when they built the entire Tough Shed and they put it too close to the wall and the city came out and wouldn't give the permit? They had to tear the whole thing down and move it 5 feet. And I'm standing there going, I fucking told you not to build it up against a brick wall. I told you, but nobody listens to me.
But that just proves that building inspectors are assholes, right?
Yeah, buildings just total assholes. And Trippy Pineapple, although he's a constructive executive staff member here at Gen X Talks, in the real world, he's a building inspector. Ooh, do you hear all the booing and hissing right now? Because there's contractors out going, those motherfuckers. Yeah, Trippy is one of those motherfuckers. If you're a contractor and you got to get approval, if you're a do-it-yourself guy and you got to get approval, you have to go through a goddamn motherfucker. Trippy is one of those motherfuckers. That's what he does. In fact, I think it has his name on his shirt, and under it says Chief Motherfucker in Charge, because he's one of those guys. All right.
He has a pocket protector underneath that too, right?
Yeah, he does. Oh, he's full-blown nerd. When he does that, he's got the glasses, he's got the goofy hat, the pocket protector. Yeah, absolutely. He's one of those guys who wears who wears board shorts or khakis and tucks his shirt in. And yeah, to the shorts like that. Yeah, he's one of those guys. Man, I don't judge him for that. As long as he does a good job here, we're fine. And he does a great job. Now, let me ask you this. You've been a member for a long time.
Yes.
You've been watching a long time.
Yep.
If you ran into someone who'd never seen Gen X Talks, didn't know anything about Gen X Talks, and you were going to describe them, you'd say, well, the father and the son, and they do the thing with the shorts and the ambush videos. But if you said, but there was this one time, and I got one memory, there's one thing that those guys did. Give me one, what pops into your head? It can be from a video, a short, it can be from a live stream. If you had to share something to bring someone into Gen X Talks, what fun thing do you recall?
I don't know if I'd say exactly a fun thing, but the amount of help you've given people, because you're no bullshit and kind of talk the way people think but are afraid to. I think back to, I went through kind of a real shitty breakup and it was bad. You guys were there just supporting words. I remember the suicide podcast that you put out, and you just you're an outlet for people, and you get laughs and good. I don't know,
good vibes.
Yeah,
I get what you're saying. It's hard to wrap my mind around that because sometimes it's not always a rant. Sometimes it's just a story or a thought just comes out, and I'm telling people just what's popped into my head on a topic or something going on in the world or the country or a situation with one of you guys, and I just say how I've been raised. I've been programmed by my grandparents, by my parents, with old school thoughts and old school values and traditions, and then I just blurt it out. And when you guys say that it reaches you or that it means something, I don't see it. I don't, I just think, oh shit, everyone's going to think I'm a fucked up individual, which I am. I'm just as fucked up as everyone else. I get that from you guys that you receive it that way, and I'm thankful for that. I'm really grateful because I go, how could someone take the shit I'm saying? Like you said, you just brought it up. It's stuff you guys are already thinking. So it's really no different. We're all on the same page. We're all the same jabronis out there with the same thoughts. But when I say it out loud, it makes a difference. I'm glad, but I don't see it because you guys are just as smart as I am. You think just the same way I do. If you guys said the words, I'd be right there alongside you guys too.
And I'd like to add something else. The people that follow this, the Bottom of Glass Nation people, and we're just a bunch of assholes from whatever corner of our country, but everybody's just kind of a group, and you get a few bad people say it, but for the most part, you got a bunch of strangers here, and we're all just friends, like instantly.
Right. And the people who sat in that chair before you tonight have said the same thing. In one form or another, they say it's a family. There's people that drove from like the St. Louis area to be here. You flew from Portland to be here. Why? Are we giving away prizes? Is someone raffling off a new truck? No. It's because we've had some very weird connection that I don't know that I'll ever be able to describe. But once you're part of it, you seem to understand. I do. I understand it. I get that connection. You're right. It is. That is something. It's the same thing that other people have said too, and I do feel that part of it. That part I got clear as day, because what does Josh Maddox say? It's the best bar ever, because we're all talking. You say things in the comments, and I say them out loud, and I respond, and I say some shit. Then you guys reply back. This isn't one of those shows where I just say, "Shut up and listen." I got an hour of stuff to say. I don't ever want to do that. I absolutely want to hear what you guys have to say about stuff. So when I tell you this, take this to heart. I get more from this than you guys do. I know you think that I say stuff when I'm there for you. Good. But I'm cheating you guys because I get so much more from listening to you guys and feeling like, okay, you know, I'm still accepted. Everything's still cool, even though my life's fucked up. I get a lot from you guys where I feel like I'm okay and can go on the next day, just like you guys. You know, I got the same amount of problems everybody does. They're just all different. That's just the way it is.
I think it's kind of cool how you built this from, you know, the kid sticking a camera in your face and telling him to go fuck himself, you know, get out of here. And now it's this.
Well, the ambush videos, they still suck. It's just a dumbass thing to do.
But it was the building blocks of this.
It is. I'm not disagreeing with you. I just say I don't like them.
Right.
But I'm an old radio personality from back in LA back in the day. So this part of talking to people, I'm fine with. But those fucking ambush videos that are on TikTok just to get likes and just to get, you know, people in, fuck that. All my kids do that kind of shit. It just the youngest one is the biggest asshole of them all. But he's also clever because he figured out a way to make it work. He figured out a unique niche that not anybody was doing. Do you know how many people have copied him since then? And there's women that do it to their grandmothers, and there's sons that do it to their dads. There's so many out there that are very similar where they go talk to their parents about it. But the kid, you know, Briggs is the one who started that.
It's not the original recipe chicken.
No, they're not. But the kid did. Yeah, I agree with you. He turned something into building blocks, and it took off and kept going. And it became more. Well, look at the podcast is now super popular.
Yep.
The live streams are fun to participate in, and we do events like this, which is what we get to meet people in real life, and that for me is huge. That's a big thing.
Absolutely.
Well, I appreciate you making the drive.
Absolutely. One more thing.
Go ahead.
General advice: should I let Sammy pour me a drink for the rest of the night, or probably not?
Well, you know, her job as the woman is to be barefoot and pregnant in the kitchen. That's from 1952. I think that was the suburb marital handbook. You know, in 1952, you got married and your wife's supposed to bring you coffee in the morning and drinks in the evening. You know, rub your shoulders and shit. She has not lived up to any of that this weekend.
No.
Not even a little bit.
I'm not barefoot. I'm not in the kitchen, and I'm not pregnant.
And it's been what 4 hours of short jokes now, so
yeah.
I'm thinking the retribution's not going to be good, but
no, I think
it's okay.
Well, you know what? That's a good idea. If she's going to have some retribution for all the shit we've been giving her, I want her pouring your drink and not mine. I don't want to be on the receiving end of you fuckers have been going after me all day. Well, drink this. Let me stir this up. Go ahead, try that, asshole.
Yep.
If that's coming, let's give it to you.
I take the sip first and then pass it off, right?
I'm
Okay.
gonna hold on to it. If you don't die, then I'll drink some. But
Good to
if you
go.
die, I'm gonna pour that out. I'll save a little bit for the crime scene investigative unit and go, here, sample this bottle. She did it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, you have a job to do now.
All right. Yep.
You have to go out and find someone. Ask them if they're comfortable, but if they are, once you tap them on the shoulder, they got to come in here. And you can let them in, and we'll move on from there. Is that good?
That's the house rules.
Appreciate you driving or flying all the distance. Appreciate you took your time, your money, and you didn't have to be here. You could have been doing anything this weekend. But I'm telling you, I'm very glad you came here.
All right. Thank you, sir.
I've seen you before.
Yep.
But I will look forward to every time you show up.
Yep. Same thing with you. All right. Later.
Thank you for my stool, Brad.
Brad came with the stool. Look at that. That's so nice, isn't it? And you know what? You're still not using it because you're the same goddamn height and the camera can barely see you. Great.
It's too wide. It won't fit on the chair.
He can't get out of here. If there's a fire, how do you...
It's too wide. It won't fit on the chair.
So Jane,
What's a chair?
A chair.
Chair with an R, you Bostonian.
so Jane Watts is taking a guess at the $2 hoe. Did you change it?
I did not.
Oh, well, yeah, she guessed Josh Maddox though.
I don't know who the whore is.
So if you didn't change it, I think that was him last time.
Wah, 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 wah.
I'll have to look. Who was that? Who took a guess at that?
Jane Watts.
All right. Is there anything else you guys have to say while I look up that? I'll figure that one out.
Just hydrate. That's yeah.
I'll hydrate. God damn. Redneck hillbilly.
But I got nothing.
My mother said good luck getting the stool into my suitcase.
Yeah, I just, well, it's, never mind, I'm not going to say that.
No, go ahead. Say it.
No, that's crossing the line. I'm not drunk enough to say that shit yet.
Well, then get drunk because I want to know what you wanted to say.
Okay, so let me check here. Let me check who's the $2 whore. Let's see, and I have to run a crock over. And we'll go over here. We'll go to Streamlabs, and we'll check in with Streamlabs, and it's going to make me join. There's Streamlabs. Boom, 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 boom. And it's going to say go to the dashboard. I'm going to the dashboard on Streamlabs. That's while we're waiting for the next guest to arrive. And where are we at here? And then we go to the jar. You got to type in jar. They won't let me have the jar without typing the word jar. And now we can see who the $2 whore is. It is being revealed right now. Who is the $2 whore? Yeah, she got it right. It is Josh Maddox. I can't believe that. Josh Maddox is the $2 whore. I wouldn't have thought that. I couldn't remember when the last. I thought we switched out some stuff like that, but apparently not.
Yeah, I guess not.
So you can sit right over there, sir.
Broadcast professional, everyone.
Whoa, you got something for me.
I got a little present for you. Whoops.
All right, well, we'll open that in 1 second. Let me get back off this screen. Yeah, so whoever said that, the $2 horror is Josh Maddox. For those of you that don't know what that means, and I don't have the little jar, it's over here. As you guys, if you become a subscriber, the little Stretch Armstrong guy falls in there. If you guys are a member or something, the little green guy. Facebook is supposed to turn blue. The peaches are all $5 ones if you got for Mrs. Fort Watten's peach. But yeah, if you donate $2 on YouTube, one of you guys, a face from one of you guys, a listener, a follower, a viewer, the face falls in there, and every week we try to guess who the new $2 whore is. And today, it's Josh Maddox, and there's not a more befitting person. Now, let me go over here and switch cameras, okay? You're going to have to get that really close to your face, because that's what you're going to look like up there. So you got to center yourself, and that's what it's going to look like to the rest of the world. And you, first of all, introduce yourself as people would have known you.
Bob McKinley.
Bob McKinley.
Yep.
And Bob McKinley passed me something like this. Now, Bob usually hands me something like this in the back pew of a church and says, sip it, but don't rustle it. The pastor will know. So this is probably our sipping whiskey from church time. I got a feeling. And it is... Oh, my goodness. I have not had this yet.
I haven't either.
This is... I'll let you guys see that at home. Look at what we got. Jack Daniel's Triple Mash. Bonded... Yeah, it is. It's blended. Blended straight whiskey. Oh, a blend of bonded American malt. I didn't even know this existed, and I haven't had any. Jack Daniel's Triple Mash from courtesy of Bob McKinley.
Hey.
Bob, how far did you drive to get here today?
We drove from Clyde, Ohio.
Clyde, Ohio.
Between Toledo and Cleveland.
That is a hell of a journey.
Yeah, it was. We had a blast.
Anything interesting happen on your drive?
Picked up Kevin Grimes.
That's it? I got to tell you, if that's the highlight of your adventure,
no.
That's not a big adventure if you just picked up Kevin.
No, we had a blast.
Did you?
Meeting up with Kevin. We met up with Care Bear and Craig.
So you guys
I'm sorry, long shadows. Yeah, shadows. Shadows grow longer, that's it.
That's right. Yeah. Shadows grow longer.
Sorry.
There's a guy who comes up with a name like that, is drunk off his ass when he signed up for YouTube, and they're like, what do you want to be? And he's drinking, going, the shadows grow longer. Right. He typed it in, and here he is. You can't have a name like Bob Smith, something simple. No, you got to be shadows grow longer. You know what? Wait a second. Hold on. Doesn't that sound like an Indian name?
Yeah.
Shadows grow longer. It's like, this is Chief Running Water. Or something like that. This is
Big Bear.
Yeah, shadows grow longer. I think we've solved the mystery. That's an Indian name, so we're good. All right, now I like it. Now it means something. It's not just some drunken evening alone and you're with your cat. Now it's something that has some purpose in there.
It's Chief Wanna Slap a Hoe.
Chief Wanna Slap a Hoe.
Yeah, there you go.
Now, it's funny that Sammy would. Do you know? It's funny you would know that name. I'm just saying, Sam. I'm not casting aspersions or pointing fingers, but I kind of am. I got to tell you a little bit on that. All right, so we have a guest. Why are you here? You think we should do a shot? Mary Mathis, who you guys know from YouTube. She's in YouTube all the time. Been a friend of my wife and I for 40-some years. And friend of the family. She stays here. She's been at our house many times, way before Gen X Talks even existed. She has just stepped in and passed around little party shot glasses and requested that we do a shot. So you know what, Mary? Mary number 2. We'll get to that tonight. I'll do that in just a little bit. I promise. All right? Is anybody even watching this out there? Or is everybody?
I'll watch.
Oh, I thought we were skipping over and they're laughing at other stuff.
Laughing at you guys.
No, laughing with us. Don't laugh at us. Laugh with us. There is a difference.
He's pretty funny
sitting here, I've
and
been
funny
laughed at
looking.
for a long time.
All right, Bob. I'm going to ask you something. How long have you been a member of Gen X Talks? If you had to
I
guess.
honestly don't know. I know it's been 26, 27 months. I should be
see
coming
that?
up on my big 2. I've been watching y'all since the beginning.
Now, you see that? Women in this relationship know right down to the minute. I've been a member for 25 months, 13 days, 12 hours, and 8 minutes. What does the guys do? Like, I fucking don't know. It's been a long fucking time. It's over 2 years. I got my big blue. That's a guy answer. That's a guy answer for my generation. I respect that. You got to respect the women who have it down to a science, down to the minute, and they know exactly what's going on. But that's pretty personal, wouldn't you say? Well, of course it's a personal relationship. I mean, look. Ladies, I can turn this down, but I can't turn it off. We're just going to have to go with that.
Yeah, and that's what
Now-
that's what sucked Krista Rose in there.
Is that what Krista Rose is? You just walked in and one day she's just got her head tilted at the TV?
No, I showed her one of the ambush videos, and that's all it was.
Oh, well, then, I do have that effect. I do apologize.
Yeah, that's
it
all right.
happens from time to time.
That's all right.
You know, my
I'm in
harem
Ohio, you're out
sisters
here.
might
Yes, safe to-
appreciate
Yeah.
you doing the voice.
What voice?
Yeah, the voice.
voice.
Yeah.
For he got Bob sitting here. I'm not doing the voice for Bob.
Bob wants to hear the voice.
Bob don't want to hear the voice.
Bob
Bob,
doesn't want to hear the voice. Bob's been very clear about the voice, I think.
but if the general wants to do the voice, the general can do the voice.
General
It's
does not
his
wanna
show.
do the voice. Let's be clear. The general does not want to do the voice. Bob does not want to hear the voice. You are now outvoted.
I don't know. I think my harem sisters might vote differently.
Well, maybe we can dim the lights when no one's in here and we can give the voice.
Okay.
Or if you don't know what the voice is, just go Google Wolfman Jack. That's a better voice. That's a real voice. Wolfman Jack. That's a voice I would aspire to be. Not going to get there, but lofty goals and all. Now let me ask you something, Bob. You've been watching for the better part of 3 years now. I'm going to tell you, first of all, I appreciate how far you came. That's a long way to come for
It's almost 2,600 miles.
2,600 miles for a flat beer and a cold hot dog. That's a long way to go.
That's all right. We had a blast doing it. Had a blast seeing a bunch of sights that nobody'd ever seen before.
There's some good stuff along
Yeah.
the way.
Yeah.
There is.
I understand why you like California and love California. We got to cross that border, but we got to cross that border. Getting through that desert. Once we got through that desert and was heading down to your place,
Yeah.
I fell in love. Yeah.
California is one of the most beautiful states in the union. The liberals have just ruined it. Overtaxed, overregulated. They fucked the whole thing up. But the state itself is just one of the most beautiful states ever. I always talk about that and say, the people say, "Oh, California sucks." I'm like, really? Have you sat on the coast and watched the sun melt into the Pacific Ocean at a sunset? Have you driven up Highway 1 and seen where the pine trees grow right up against the salt water? One of my favorite ones is waking up in a sleeping bag in the high deserts of California, and in the morning, the sand, you reach out of your sleeping bag and the sand's actually cold in the morning, and the sky's all purple as the sun comes up.
I could see me doing it.
And personally, I think when God created the earth, he knelt down and kissed Yosemite Valley. That's just me.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about it. Now, it's a shame what people have done to it.
Right.
But yeah, I wouldn't trade California as far as my favorite state amongst anything. It's just the state has no control over what its people do to it.
Exactly. Bucket list is to see the sequoias.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There's some big ones up there too. And you walk up, they don't even look real when you get there. You stand there and go, no fucking way is this real.
Right.
And it is. It's something to behold. I hope you get to see it. So let me ask something about you. We know how long you've been paying attention to Gen X Talks, and we know how far you came to get here. Again, can't tell you enough how much that means. I would never be able to put into words that's time, that's money, that's energy, that's the risk that something could go wrong with you, the rig you're driving. There's all sorts of things that take you out of your comfort zone, and you did it anyway. I'll never be able to put into words how I feel about thanking you for that.
That's all right.
So let
That's
me
what
ask you
family
this.
does.
What's that?
That's what family does.
That's what family. That's you goddamn right.
Right.
See, now we should have had a drink poured. We should
Well.
have had one ready.
What were you waiting on?
You know what? I'm going to do it right now. Get out the little green party glasses. There's my wife probably bought these today, and Mary Mathis came out and handed them to me, and she's just sitting there. Mary Mathis came in the studio and gave me these to pass around, take a drink. And you know what she's doing right now? She's outside tapping her fingers.
Waiting, counting it down. She's counting it
just
down.
like this, going, fucking do what I told you. Do what I told you. Mary Mathis, the problem with Mary Mathis, this is why I can't fuck around and disobey her. It's hard to even disagree. She's one of those women that's known me for 40-some years. She has a voodoo doll. Oh, she's had it forever. If I don't comply,
She'll stick a
boom,
pin in
ow,
it.
my fucking back.
There you go.
She's just out there with a little pin, you fucking prick. Get you fucking there, do what I tell you. Pour the fucking whiskey. So, before we go that far, before we turn that corner and she whips out
Starts
that little
like
doll,
you have
starts
a voodoo
twisting
doll?
my neck around, let's just pour the fucking drink.
There you go.
You know, you can get bewitched by any one of these women, and
Yeah.
I don't want to do it.
Right.
Who's in here? Tripp's in here, so we got 3 to pour. God damn it, how do you fucking get these things apart? Ah, look, man. I think she did that just so I'd be embarrassed. Now, I will say that the decanter is filled. I don't know what's in it. I have no idea. I was not anywhere around when this was filled. I do know a couple things. I do know 2 things about a filled decanter. If my wife, your queen, Gen X mom, had anything to do with this will be something nice. Maybe even Pendleton.
I did get a shot of that tonight.
You did?
That is.
Did I tell you?
Yeah, you did.
That's some good
yeah.
stuff, which brings me to sunny point number 2 about this.
Sun Valley Fox filled that for you.
Bullshit.
That's what
I will say that's sunny point number 2. We know some things for certain. My wife would make sure it tastes good, and we also know the Sun Valley Fox, that cheap bastard, did not fill this. Even though when my mother-in-law died, when she passed away, it was written in her will that he makes sure that my decanters remain filled forever. There was money set aside. And he's a cheap bastard. And my wife tells me, because that's her brother.
Right.
That's
I met him earlier.
That's the queen's older brother. She has told me stories about growing up with him, and he squeaks when he walks. In fact, she told me one time about the Sun Valley Fox many, many years ago that he is so cheap and such a tight ass. This is a true story, or true, it's a story. He sat down on a couch that had loose change. He sat on that loose change with his ass and counted it up. He added it up.
And
that's a tight ass. He sat down on loose change and went, that's 63 cents.
It's going with me, probably.
If that doesn't tell you everything you know about Sun Valley Fox, I don't know what will. However, we can move along. Let's not be weighed down by that. Let's move along. Yeah, Sammy Joe.
I have a message for you.
I'm right outside the door. Okay?
Sun Valley Fox just opened up the door. He's my brother-in-law. He's
And
like
I've made a friend.
6'9". He goes, I'm right outside. I can fucking hear you, you know.
And I made a friend for life.
Yeah, you did. He's a good guy. Okay, what's your message, Sammy Joe?
This message is from Miss Mary Mathis, and she says that if you do not do the voice, then she is going to super glue all of your bottles of whiskey to that rack out there.
I guess we'd have to get a straw then, wouldn't we?
I guess so.
I got some straw. I got some pretty long straws.
Yeah.
We can get,
Yeah.
if we can't get to the bottom of the bottles, we can get a lot.
Or you could just do the
Hey,
voice.
I
You
think
know
we're
what?
still okay. We don't need you. So fucking get the super glue out. I don't give a shit.
Once we're done with the straws, pour it in the bathtub, makes the bathtub.
I think we'll be okay. I think we got it covered. You tell Mary Mathis that her ploy to control me this time has failed. All right. So let's do
Dang
this.
it.
Sammy, you drinking too, or you want to pass on this one?
It won't be pretty if I drink on this one.
Boop, 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 boop. Can you talk normal and talk loud? What?
I'm from Boston. We don't talk normal anyway.
Well, talk loud enough where we can hear your fucked up accent.
Is this better, Bob?
For you. Take that right there, buddy. I'll give this one to Trip. So are you?
Yeah, I'll do it.
You're gonna do the shot.
Yeah.
See, I already knew that about Sammy Joe. That's one of those things where you're like, Sammy, you want to drink? Oh, no, I shouldn't take a shot. I shouldn't drink on camera. I probably shouldn't. Yes, I'll take one. It's the same thing years ago when I say, Sammy, we're in Vegas. Show us your tits. Oh, no. I shouldn't ever. No. All right, here you go. That's just Sammy. That's her personality. She says no. And you just got to watch the clock, and eventually it comes around to yes 30.
2 no's and a yes means yes.
2 no's and a yes. Pass that one down to Trippy Dippy Pineapple. We'll switch the camera so everybody's on camera. And this one is for Sammy Joe. Now, I'm only pouring a dribble in there because, you're so small. I don't want this to go right to your head.
This will be my whole night.
Your whole night, yeah. Now, let me ask you this. Let me switch cameras where everybody can see what's going on. Did she what are we supposed to be drinking to? Did anybody say what we're supposed to be drinking to? Nobody? Was there a request that went along with that from Mary Mathis? Did she say drink or drink to something?
God,
You just said have a
boobs,
shot.
beers, and guns.
I can't get
I wouldn't worry about it.
There it is. All right, now we got it. All right, now pour myself something here.
Speaking
Pouring
of,
myself some from the non-Sun Valley Fox decanter. I think that's important to know.
we could toast to boobies.
We could toast the boobs. You never go wrong with that.
Never.
But I think on this occasion, I could probably find something a little more meaningful. It's going to be tough. Boobs are very meaningful.
Oh,
Yeah, I
how
agree.
much you love me?
That's what I was. That's where I was going to
Face
say.
care, Brad. Just
Yeah.
running the goddamn. Somebody turn the red light on so that nobody comes in here anymore. Fuck people.
I was going to say this.
I know you and I would do the same thing.
Exactly. Great.
Mrs. Fort Watton was family. She was a staff member here. She was a family member here. She was as deeply entwined in Gen X Talks as anybody can be, and that myself included. Any staff and any family and any members. She loved all you guys. She was genuinely interested in every part of your life. She would talk to each of you individually. She welcomed you guys as when she was on staff and she was a moderator. She'd welcome every person who came in the room. She made sure that everybody was felt welcomed, and she treated everybody with a smile. She passed away way too early in life, much too young to pass away. She's a little older than me, but still, she could have lived many more years, and it was an unfortunate loss. And I got to tell you, and I'm not ashamed to say this, I leaned on her heavily after my mother-in-law passed away for guidance in situations. She was no nonsense, and she gave me some wonderful opinions on things that were almost always accurate and true. After she passed away, I still text her phone. I just do. I text her phone and I just go, I could really use you right now. I'm really missing you today. Or I'll tell her something funny that happened, and I know she's never going to get the message. Funny part of that story was her husband one day picked up the phone and read all the messages and gave me a little reply. I don't need to tell you what it said, but it was kind. And I still text the phone almost every day now. I just can't get it out of my head. Mrs. Fort Watton was not just family and a staff member in here. She was the soul of Gen X Talks in so many ways. Part of the studio couldn't have got done without her. The peach you guys see dropping into those jars, the peaches that will always be there, is from Mrs. Fort Watton. So there's so many things that will live on. As long as Gen X Talks is around, there's always going to be corners of Gen X Talks that reflect who she was and how much of a part of us she was. So everybody right now, if you know her, if you've ever heard of her, or especially if you've had interactions with her, raise a glass right now to a woman who is gone, but is never going to be forgotten.
Never.
To Mrs. Four.
Mrs. Four. The instant heartburn will be worth it.
Now I can't tell what we're drinking. What is that?
Oh.
That tasted just like regular old number 7
This
to
was
me.
that regular old 7.
If I had to guess. What do you think, Trip? Same thing?
Yep, number 7.
All
Here,
right,
let me
so-
compare.
It hurts.
Sammy, do you got anything from
It
Facebook?
hurts.
Anybody on Facebook?
Everybody's saying Mrs. Four.
You're not really doing anything with Facebook tonight, are you? You're not writing stuff down that people say and saving it for later. No sheets. You're just flying by the CD stands. You know what? We'll all run the show for you. We'll
Well-
do your job for you. You don't have to participate.
You know what?
Just sit there and look pretty. That's fine.
That's one of my jobs, but I am doing my job as a Facebook moderator. I'm looking at the comments, I'm reading them, and if they are important or anything like that, I'm referring them to you.
And since you've referred nothing to me, what you just said was nothing important has been said on Facebook tonight.
Other than people cheering for
Wow.
Mrs. Four.
I'm sorry for all of you on Facebook. She has not referred anything to me after she just got done saying, if there's anything worth reporting, I'll let you know. You guys on Facebook suck. Nothing
God.
original.
Don't listen to
Nothing
him.
important. Wow.
That's
Now,
not true.
I'm sure this is not a bad
Sammy,
moderator.
Sammy.
I'm sure it's not a bad staff member here. I'm sure that every single one of you are fucked up individuals that can't put together a complete sentence.
Let's see you moderate 2 Facebook pages all at once.
You're not even moderating half of one. You haven't referred anything to me.
Let's switch.
You
Come
know
over
what?
here. I'll
We're
go over there.
Gen X Talks is now gonna branch out into a new platform. We're on 2 Facebook pages. We're on Rumble. Going to be on 2 YouTube pages, and we'll be back on TikTok once we're unbanned. But I think in the spirit of keeping Sammy Joe employed as a moderator, we're going to join a new platform that suits her best. Playschool.com. We're going to join the Play School, and then you guys can sit there with your coloring books and your Play-Doh, and I think Sammy Joe would be the correct moderator for Playschool.com. So look for us soon, dominating, owning that platform with live streams, and your moderator will be Sammy Joe. So
You get 2.
I know you're showing me
One,
how big your boyfriend's dick is, and I don't really need
It's
to
a lot
see it.
bigger than that.
All right, Trippy Pineapple, my man, what you got for us?
All right, got a few things in here. Graham Gordon donating $2 Canadian, saying, how much did the community get to Addie on Thursday?
I don't know the exact total. There's been numbers running around, but I think it was close to $1,000. And the good thing is some of it comes in PayPal because YouTube, and most of you guys know, the YouTube takes a chunk out. So if we're trying to get added to $600 and $100 in walking around money, YouTube takes their cut, and we hit the number. You guys gave so much, you covered YouTube stuff, and we got to the point where we can get Addie what she needs. You guys covered her. She's going. She's got some walking around money. It's going to be good. You guys did a great thing there. I'm telling you, I've talked to Addie since then, and she was absolutely in tears. The typical things. I don't deserve it. She's been part of the program, but she's like, she can't believe they did that. You guys really made her feel loved and overwhelmed. I'm thinking we're right around $1,000, and even after YouTube takes their cut, I'll kick in some cash on top of that. She is going to have a great adventure. It's going to be a great trip. Gen X Talks is sending Addie, Briggs' girlfriend, to the FFA convention in Illinois. I think is it in Illinois? Indiana.
Indiana.
Yeah. Come back to Indiana. It's going to be a great trip. It's a once in a lifetime experience, and you guys are making it happen for her. So thank you very much. You guys did above and beyond. You even covered the taxes, and we're good to go with that.
Graham Gordon says you're talking out of your ass.
No, I'm not, Graham, I'm not talking out my ass. You guys did great.
I don't think he was talking about that part.
What's he talking about?
Before, when you were giving me a bunch of shit.
Oh, no. Graham, if you thought I was talking about my ass when I was referring to Sammy and all those things and Play School, no, I'm talking about my ass. If you think so, I know why it would kind of sound like that, because everything she's doing, she's shit-talking anyway. So, of course, it sounds like that.
That's my job.
When in Rome, do as the Romans do. So if I go to a native island and there's a Sammy Joe island with a bunch of Sammy Joes and they're talking shit and giving me shit, of course what I say is going to sound like I'm talking out my ass. How else am I going to come talk to the natives if I don't speak in the native language?
Hey.
I think that's fair. And don't forget, you started this. You hurt my feelings today deeply.
How?
How? Wow. In a typical girl fashion, doesn't even know what she did.
I don't. I'm innocent.
You got Bob laughing his ass off. Bob just drove 2,600 miles to laugh at that guy. Woo, innocent. Yeah, I'm sure you are.
Yeah.
Listen, we've been on. How long have we been on now? We've been on.
Over an
I got
hour,
a few more things.
Oh, Trippy did.
Oh,
I got some
Trippy
stuff.
got-
Let's go.
If you guys would just stop bickering. The Corkster 92 donated $4.99, saying, "Cheers, General. Thank you for your wisdom and quality content."
Appreciate you.
And then the Shoeless One donating $2, saying, "Tell my compressor brother I said hi." So he's talking to you, Bob McKinley.
Bob McKinley, you guys are compressor brothers.
That we are, my friend. That we are.
Do you know where that joke came from?
I know exactly where it came from. We had a conversation about that.
About my dingy daughter-in-law, because you got oxygen.
I
on
got
you.
oxygen.
She was
We're
on
oxygen.
him and my dingy daughter-in-law in Vegas as you were walking away.
Go for it. Go ahead and tell the story. I'm not.
Yeah, she was walking away, and I said something about you, and she didn't know who I was referring to. And she goes, "Oh, compressor boy over there." I go, "The guy with the oxygen. You don't call the guy with the oxygen compressor boy. What the fuck are you talking about?" She's like, "Yeah, I got the compressor card, and air compressor boy." And I'm like, "God damn!" And immaturity, millennial.
It's all right.
She's come around now, but. I would never tell her I thought it was funny because you're not allowed to.
Oh.
It was funny, but
Oh,
I can't tell her
Yeah,
that.
I laughed at it.
Yeah, but I can't. I gotta be like, "What the fuck are you talking about? Don't talk that way. Disrespect my friends." That was goddamn funny.
It's not compressor. It's a third lung.
Well, then you're like a superhero, man.
Hey,
That's like,
Right.
I had a friend of mine who kept getting in accidents and getting surgery. He had 2 rods put in his back. He had pins in his elbow, pins in his knees. Every time he'd come out of surgery, when they added metal to him, he's like, I am almost the bionic man.
Hey.
I go, no, you're weaker with all that. No. I got metal in me now. I'm stronger. I'm like, what the fuck are you smoking? Right. He would say that. He would be proud and say that. That
Right.
he's like, he goes, I'm getting there. I'm almost a robot. I'm like, all right, dude. I don't know if I can be your friend anymore. Thinking of everything ass backwards. Trip, what else you got?
All right, we got Sandy, member for 22 months, bottom of Glass Nation. I come from the Fogawee tribe. We got our name when we moved to camp and got lost. We came across another tribe and asked where the Fogawee, and it stuck.
The fuckawee tribe is lost.
Scott Royston donating $5 saying, General, I'm here in Cali. Flew from Baltimore. I can't wait to see you, Mama X and Briggs, tomorrow at the barbecue.
That's right. Scott Royston going to show up tomorrow. Cool cat. Got to make room for Scott.
Yep. And then Ron Johnson over on Facebook Blue, the General for Governor.
Yeah. Now, see, I don't know that I could be president. I don't know that I could do that job. But
I
even
used
if
to use as governor.
even if I can't be a good governor, I'm fucking be better than Newsom. I don't think I could fuck up as bad as he did, even on my worst day.
Nah.
So I'm just saying, I don't know. There's not enough people. Everybody's left California. So you can't. That's the problem. We had a vote to get Newsom out.
Right.
And everyone goes, how come you didn't vote him out? You had your chance. There was a recall vote. I said, because all of you fuckers left. Everybody moved to Idaho and Texas. You guys have been in the news for 3 years. Everybody left. And now when it came time to vote him out, all you fuckers were gone. And you're blaming me. At least I fucking stayed. Comma, assholes. All right. Listen, we got to go. We got to get out of here. The barbecues, pre-barbecues getting out there. I'm hungry, too.
Yeah, I'm
I
starving.
Drink and do some stuff out there.
I'm
so
hungry too.
everybody's here. I'm leaving everybody on screen. Bob McKinley's our latest guest. Trippy Dippy Pineapple over there in the purple hat. And Sammy Joe, the shortest
Burgundy
moderator on the planet. Of course, you got myself, nicknamed the General. I don't deserve that title, but I appreciate the effort on your behalf. Listen, I got to tell you guys, I don't know where you're listening in from around the planet, AM, FM, Sirius XM, or perhaps on the Armed Service Radio Network. Remember 2 things. Number 1, wherever you go in the world, there you are. And number 2,
See y'all later.
I'll catch you guys on the flip side. And I'm out.
Bye.